Nammo Didafa. Good morning. Thank you for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The third mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to cultivate responsibility and learn ways to protect the safety and integrity of individuals, couples, families, and society. I'm determined not to engage in sexual relations without love and a long-term commitment. To preserve the happiness of myself and others, I'm determined to respect my commitments and the commitments of others. I will do everything in my power to protect children from sexual abuse and to prevent couples and families from being broken by sexual misconduct. We're reading Ajahn Chah's book, Bodhinyana, and this morning we're still reading the Dhamma talk called Dhamma Nature. With even a little intuitive wisdom, we will then be able to see clearly through the ways of the world. We will come to understand that everything in the world is a teacher. Trees and vines, for example, can all reveal the true nature of reality. With wisdom, there's no need to question anyone, no need to study. We can learn from nature enough to be enlightened, as in the story of King Mahajanaka, because everything follows the way of truth. It does not diverge from truth. Associated with wisdom are self-composure and restraint, which in turn can lead to further insight into the ways of nature. In this way, we will come to know the ultimate truth of everything being anicca, dukkha, anatta. Take trees, for example. All trees upon the earth are equal, are one, when seen through the reality of anicca, dukkha, anatta. First they come into being, then grow and mature, constantly changing, until they finally die, as every tree must. In the same way, people and animals are born, grow and change during their lifetimes, until they eventually die. The multitudinous changes which occur during this transition from birth to death show the way of Dhamma. That is to say, all things are impermanent, having decay and dissolution as their natural condition. If we have awareness and understanding, if we study with wisdom and mindfulness, we will see Dhamma as reality. Thus, we will see people as constantly being born, changing, and finally passing away. Everyone is subject to the cycle of birth and death, and because of this, everyone in the universe is as one being. Thus, seeing one person clearly and distinctly is the same as seeing every person in the world. In the same way, everything is Dhamma, not only the things we see with our physical eye, but also the things we see in our minds. A thought arises, then changes and passes away. It is nama Dhamma, simply a mental impression that arises and passes away. This is the real nature of the mind. Altogether, this is the noble truth of Dhamma. If one doesn't look and observe in this way, one doesn't really see. If one does see, one will have the wisdom to listen to the Dhamma as proclaimed by the Buddha. Where is the Buddha? The Buddha is in the Dhamma. Where is the Dhamma? The Dhamma is in the Buddha, right here, now. Where is the Sangha? The Sangha is in the Dhamma. The Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha exist in our minds, but we have to see it clearly. Some people just pick this up casually, saying, "Oh, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha exist in my mind," yet their own practice is not suitable or appropriate. It is thus not befitting that the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha should be found in their minds, namely, because the mind must first be that mind which knows the Dhamma. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you for joining me this morning.